When I told my newspaper advisor what I was going to talk about today, he told me that I needed to get out more. So, sorry if my inner nerd is showing. It's Tuesday, December 6, 2011. Claire talked about Christmas and the traditions that her family has. My family doesn't really have any Christmas traditions. To be honest, we don't really celebrate the holiday that much anymore. One year for Christmas we went to see National Treasure 2, and then we got dinner at a Chinese restaurant. A couple years ago we went on a big road trip. Last year we went to Aspen, Colorado. Actually, now that I think about it, my family sort of does have a Christmas tradition. Our Christmas tradition is that we go skiing someplace far away. Okay, on to my topic. The SAT. Everyone hates the SAT, on principle. It's a long test, it's boring, and it basically determines your fate. But for me at least, there's one part of the SAT that I actually don't hate. And that's the essay portion. Now don't get me wrong, writing a good 2-page essay in 25 minutes is a terrible experience. But I can't help but enjoy it a little bit because I secretly really like the topics that these essays are about. I've collected a bunch of essays that I did as practice for the SAT, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit. Okay, so this is the first essay that I wrote for the SAT. It's about lying, and whether lying is ever justified. And since it was my first essay, I didn't really get the idea that you can truthfully write about anything, so it's a pretty generic essay. I referenced a book, which is a pretty generic thing to do, but the book that I used was Ataraxia by Amber Laird. Hopefully some of you recognize the name Amber Laird, because if you scroll back through the vlogs, she appears a couple times. Okay, I can't find the paper for this one, but there was one essay. It was about the past and whether people should learn from their mistakes or try to forget the past. Hakuna Matata, essentially. And because Hakuna Matata was the first thing that I thought of, I wrote my essay about the Lion King. I'm not allowed to talk about the specific topic that I had last Saturday on the SAT, but let's just say that my essay contained an entire paragraph regarding the Order of the Phoenix. So I found this one that I didn't actually write an essay for because I'm lazy and I never actually did all of my SAT prep homework. I'll just read the prompt. Nowadays, nothing is private. Our culture has become too confessional and self-expressive. People think that to hide one's thoughts or feelings is to pretend not to have those thoughts or feelings. They assume that honesty requires one to express every inclination and impulse. Should people make more of an effort to keep some things private? Now, to me, that is a really interesting topic, because I know I have a couple of friends who I tell everything. But there are these celebrities in our world who just kind of tell everyone everything. I don't necessarily think that that's a good idea, not just for the world. I don't care what I know about people, but it's often a really bad situation for you if everyone knows your secrets and then something happens. Actually, that happened to me earlier in the year. That I told a lot of people about this one specific thing, and then when that situation blew up, everyone knew, and it was all I heard about for a really long time. And that didn't particularly matter for the people who were talking to me about it, but it had a big effect on me. Because I was hearing about this situation, which got rather painful at one point, for a lot longer than I needed to. So, in answer to that essay, I would say, yeah, there needs to be some sort of filter. I think that there should be a boundary of trust between the people who you tell a lot to and the people who you maybe don't tell as much. So yeah, that's my thing. Dirty little secret. I like SAT prompts. Megan, I'll see you tomorrow.